We are starting session 1. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. So session 1 is going to be a 3-week cycle. Advanced students, you're going to go through our typical process. The assignments are already in the advanced section in Schoology. If we look down the center here, we have the session 1 folder. The assignments follow like we normally do. If you click on this document, you'll notice it has everything laid out step by step. I know that's a lot of stuff, but I just put it there. If you want one checklist of everything we do for a session, it's all right here. So let's go back into the folder. We'll go piece by piece. So we have, I want you to pitch on Tuesday. Then I want you to complete the project tracking sheet with all the stuff that's yellow. I've yellowed it just for the advanced students. Then complete the summary leader training sections in the blog post. This is all throughout the week. So this is by Wednesday. By Thursday, build a Trello board or have some equivalent of how you're going to track your work. Then mood board, GDD, storyboards, song journal, something on Thursday as well. So you're working on all this and planning and organizing, setting up, because this is the pre-production week. Then finish up the week by finishing the pre-production section. So this is the part where you work together, finish these areas and so on. Now the rest of the production cycle is going to be work next week. So week 2 of session 1 will be production. So you're working on things. Yay. At the end of that, you're going to move into the following week, which is, this is the end of the whole production cycle. And again, the assignments that we've typically done before. So you'll see these in the blog or other things that you're doing for the slideshow. Let me show you the schedule. So what we're talking about is 22nd tomorrow, because I'm making the video on Sunday. We're going to start. So this is all pre-production week. Then you'll go into production, work on production, and then finish production on the Wednesday, Thursday, get things ready, published, and so on. Monday and Tuesday, we're presenting. Peer review on Monday, presenting to the professionals on Tuesday. Then we will debrief and tear apart the good, the bad, and the ugly of what just happened. Then we'll start session 2. For IB students, you're also working on the comparative study components. These are the due dates that you recommended to me. I modified everything up through the 27th. So this is the new version. Just a reminder to your schedule, I put all the due dates for the different assessments over here. This is for the IB students. You're welcome. Okay, moving onward. The blog, we're still using the blog because this year our theme is Kaizen. How do we do small little improvements? So I'm keeping the blog the same from the end of last year. It's got all the sections in here. It has AI prompts for each one of the components that I recommended last year. You know the process, go through. The due dates are in the headings here, so you can see that this is everything for week 1. Then you're working, and then, then this is week 1, so this is your timeline, and so on and so forth. Then you go into production, work, and then at the end of the second week, after 10 days of work, you'll put your material here, you know the process, and then we'll debrief at the end of it, and so on and so forth. So the project tracking sheet looks like this. That was my cat. She just jumped onto the keyboard. Let me zoom this out a little bit. How about a lot of it? So advanced students, in each one of the classes, I turned yellow the sections in the project tracking sheet. This is the same process we did for session 5 last year. So everything yellow is all the way up through the pre-production stuff. So all this week, these are the things that we have typically done. So this is for film class, this is for game. Again, you know the headings, you know the process, and so on and so forth. And for rock, you're doing the same thing. People can work in teams or they can work solo. That's up to you, but we just fill this stuff out. Again, yellow is due this week. So just hammer through this stuff. The faster you get through it, the more you jump into the other stuff that you want to work on. So yeah, that's kind of it. Where was I? I want to go. Yeah, we'll go back here. So when you're on our page, whether it's game design, film, whatever, again, all the assignments are over here. For beginning students, we're going to start working on pieces this week, whether we're watching a film, getting into the game development training program, or in Rock, we're learning our equipment and how digital audio workstations work. That's our main theme. And so during session 3 for the next 3 weeks, beginning students, you're going to be learning the tools, but we'll also show you the workflow that I just explained to the advanced students. You're going to learn that process as well, and you're going to do that process for session 2. All right, that is the overview for both this week, also for session 1. Thanks for watching.